Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you guys here today. I'm going to start off by apologizing because I definitely said I was going to have a video done by the end of this last week and I didn't get it done. I had a big family reunion with family from Michigan that we hadn't seen in years, and crazy me thought that I could get a video posted somewhere in there, and that definitely did not happen. So tonight I'm talking to you guys about my nightly cleaning routine. I'm going to show you everything that I do, the different steps that I go through. I will let you know that I don't always do these steps all the way through. Sometimes I just do the first few and call it a night. It just kind of depends on my mood and the amount of time that I have for the night. So let's do this. The very first thing I do before starting my cleaning routine is put on some music. After I have my tunes playing, I start with decluttering the surfaces. Now my counter is not always this messy, but we just got back from a weekend trip to the lake and this was our unloading station. On a normal night, it would take me about 30 to 40 minutes to clean. Having a nightly cleaning routine has made a drastic difference in how my next day goes. When I wake up to a clean home, it puts me in a happier, more stress-free mood. You'll notice I have two bins in my pantry, one gray, one black. The gray bin is my recycling, the black bin is my trash can. We are provided recycling receptacles where we live, so I recycle anything I can. I also have a Bissell spot cleaner that I seem to have to use daily, which means it can get pretty dirty, so I try to clean it every few nights. Our recycling company does not accept plastic bags, so I repurposed a sheet holder that came with some sheets that I had bought from Walmart, and once that holder is full, I collect the rest and drop them off at Walmart in their recycling bin. Once all the main surfaces are clean, I move to the dishes. I start with all the dishes that go in the dishwasher. Then I hand wash any dishes that don't fit. When cleaning my dishes, I like to use two different sponges. The first sponge is my dirty sponge, the second sponge is my clean sponge, both from Grove Collaborative. I use my dirty sponge to clean off any food and grime before using my clean sponge to clean and sanitize my dishes. Then I place them in the drying rack. I use my new Mrs. Meyer's dish soap from Grove Collaborative, and I love it. It smells so clean and does a great job of cleaning off the grime on my dishes. And since I was already doing the dishes, I had a purse that was pretty dirty on the inside, so I went ahead and rinsed it out as well. After all my dishes are cleaned, I let them dry a little while I clean my sinks. I do the same thing for my sinks as I do my dishes. I use the dirty sponge first to get all of the grime off, and then I use my clean one to sanitize my sinks. Then I quickly dry my hand-washed dishes with a hand towel and put them away. Next, I do a quick wipe down on all my surfaces. So I use Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface cleaner in the glass spray bottle that I bought from Grove Collaborative to clean all of my surfaces. You'll also notice that I use a hand towel instead of paper towels. This is because I'm trying to be better at recycling, and hand towels actually work really well for me. On a lazy night, I won't move things and wipe underneath them unless it's absolutely necessary. Once my surfaces are wiped, I do a quick sweep with a microfiber broom. I use the O-Cedar Dual Action Flip Mop, and it does an amazing job of catching all the dog hair on my floors. When it comes to sweeping up the pile that I have collected, I'm pretty lazy and usually end up vacuuming it up. Some nights I may vacuum, but most of the time I try to keep the vacuuming to a minimum. So I usually vacuum during the day, which helps kind of keep the atmosphere more calm. Like I said in the beginning, it normally takes about 30 to 40 minutes each night. But the great thing about nightly routines is that eventually it becomes a habit and it becomes a lot easier and quicker for you to clean. Alright guys, so that sums up all the steps that I like to take whenever I have the time and the energy each night. Like I said before, I don't always make it all the way through, which is okay. Just do whatever you can each night. Maybe it's just picking up the clutter. That's okay. It's one step closer to a cleaner home every morning. Also, if you have toddlers or teenagers or really anyone who can pick up toys and put things away, utilize that. Something I learned when I was a preschool teacher before I became a stay-at-home mom is that kids love to help. Especially, your 3, 4s, and 5-year-olds, because they're old enough to understand what's going on, and for whatever reason, they love to contribute. They love feeling like they're helping and they're being all big and adult-like. So utilize that. Maybe you're sweeping the floors. Give them a broom. If you don't have 2 brooms or a little broom for them, let them sweep for a little bit, and then you can kind of take over and clean up, because they're not going to be the best sweepers, but let them help, because it's teaching them really important skills. Also, if you're doing the dishes, give them the plastic dishes to help rinse or to put in the dishwasher. Again, it's building more skills, it's teaching them responsibility. It's really just an overall big help, but the younger you start, the more easy it's going to be to have that habit and to have those skills in place so that when they do become teenagers, you're not fighting them so much. Now, if you do have teenagers, it's going to be a lot more challenging to help. I would just see if you can at least get them to pick up their stuff each night and take it to their room. Maybe it's just throwing everything in a basket and setting it inside their door. Have them do that, and if they don't get it put away, at least it's in their space. Also, a really big tip when it comes to cleaning with toddlers is being extremely descriptive in the things that you want them to do. So don't just tell them to go pick up their blocks, but tell them to pick up all the triangle blocks, and then to pick up the square blocks, or when it's picking up their clothes, to pick up their shirts, and then to pick up their pants next. For whatever reason, doing it in those different steps makes it a lot easier for them. I think it's because it's less overwhelming, and then they can kind of visualize what it is you want them to do. So definitely do that whenever you're having kids clean with you. If you have an infant, make sure that you're doing this right after they fall asleep, so that way you have uninterrupted time of cleaning, because if you get interrupted, It can be a challenge to get back to. I know how it goes. I get stuck going to change a diaper or to feed, and then I forget what I'm doing. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Also, I've got lots of tips and tricks that I like to post on Instagram, and just overall some cute pictures of Rowan and so on. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next week.